Welcome back to Trading with CJ. Today we are talking cruise lines and more specifically Royal Caribbean. Now before we get into it, I do want to do a very quick plug because the other day I did a giveaway announcement and at the end of this video I will be announcing the winner of that giveaway, so stay tuned for that. Now when we think cruise lines we think the big three, RCL, CCL and Norwegian cruise lines. I have actually spoke about CCL before on this channel. It was a little while ago now, but feel free to go ahead and check that out. I'll leave it in the link in the description below. But I think it goes without saying that all of these cruise lines have been hit massively hard this year. Their businesses have grinded to a halt and they've pretty much not been able to operate for the majority of this year. So before we get into their financials, earnings, price predictions and all of that, I think it's important to have a look at the current situation around the companies and when they plan to resume operations, because right now those ships are just floating in the water, costing them millions and millions of dollars. So if we look here at the official RCL website, they have given us an update just a couple weeks ago on the announcement of global suspension for cruising. And they've stated that the guest and crew's safety and well-being is always their top priority. And after consulting and in conjunction with the CDC, they have decided to extend the suspension of sailings until December the 31st. So there'll be no RCL cruise lines sailing until December the 31st. However, from January the 1st, they are planning on resuming operation. So that is not too long away. However, you can see that that's only in some particular ships. Some of them have still been extended until at least late March. So from January onwards, they are planning to see some ships start sailing again, which is movement in the right direction, all being well. And if we look here at CDC Conditional Sailing Order, which is basically the Centre for Disease Control, the authority that allows ships to actually be able to sail, they've basically done an update just a few weeks ago, and in a nutshell here, it says they are happy for ships to start implementing measures to come up with COVID-safe ways of operating, and this will include trial sailings. So it is a step in a positive direction. They can now start implementing this, and hopefully very soon we will start to see ships sailing again. I just want to draw your attention here to an article. This is from The Independent. There are a few others covering this as well. And basically RCL are offering mock cruises, so complimentary trips in order to test drive coronavirus measures, to check that it is possible and to check that all measures have been implemented in order to allow these cruises to start running again properly. So these ones are going to be going to, I think, their private island in the Bahamas to test it out, and all being well, hopefully we will start to see cruise lines operate again. However, we know this could get pushed back again. Therefore, this is a risky and definitely not the most safest industry out there to be investing in, that's for sure. So let's have a look at how the stock has been getting along, some price predictions and their financials. So RCL, we can see, has a current market cap of $16 billion. And if we look at its share price, it is currently at $72.58 at the time of recording this, which has recovered quite a lot since those lows of $22.33. $22.33, there it is, on the 18th of March. That was where it crashed down to, which was a huge drop off from the, look at that, highs of $135 all the way down to $22. That is an amazing sell-off right there. But like I say, it has recovered. It's at 72. And if we look at how it's been performing over the years, it's been pretty consistent. This is the last 5-year graph. It's been consistently going, staying around that kind of mark, the $120, $130 mark. And now we've seen a massive drop off. So we should be expecting a recovery if this all goes ahead. But like I say, look at that. That recovery has been quite nice as it is anyway. So if you did get in around those really low levels, you're probably sitting on really nice profits right now, unless you've sold out, of course. And at this valuation, it is deemed undervalued by 30.2%, with a fair value being $103, which shows that maybe you're getting an absolute bargain at these prices. Now, unfortunately, we can't get a PE ratio for them because they are unprofitable at this moment in time. However, it does have a future growth here predicted to be a massive future growth, might I add, 83.1% in the next 1 to 3 years, which is an amazing annual earnings growth. And we can look at this chart here and see how we're currently unprofitable. We have sold off massively this year. It was actually in a nice profit this time last year of, again, earnings of 1.87 billion. Now it is making a loss this year, 1 year later, of 5 billion. Which hopefully won't continue to keep going down, and it is predicted to be back up into profit come December 2022. So 2 years time, it should be back up into making a profit. It has a future return on equity of 20%, which is smashing the industry, which is just 7.1. So this is pretty good. That's pretty high there to be getting 20% in the next 3 years. Like we said, they are making a loss, and we can see their profit margin has rapidly decreased, now minus 88.6%, which is quite a big loss there compared to the plus 17.2 it was making 1 year ago. Now, moving on to their financial position. So, long-term assets, they have a lot here, obviously. All the ships, they can sell all of that, etc., which equates to 28 billion. So, loads of long-term assets outweighing those long-term liabilities. However, short-term, it is the other way around. Liabilities slightly outweigh the assets. It's not the worst looking financial position there in the world. We'd like that to be the other way around, but it's not too bad. But if we look at their balance sheet, they have a massive amount of debt sitting on that balance sheet of $18.8 billion right now. So that is huge, with cash and short-term investments just being $3 billion. So the debt to equity is going to be ridiculously high. And it is ridiculously high there of 225%. It's always been round about the 85, 90 kind of mark. But we have massively shot up this year as expected. Now 225% debt to equity, which is 8 billion equity compared to 18 billion in debt. So they really do need to try and turn that around. And if we look at their cash this year, they never really had any cash really before. They obviously had to take out the grants this year and loans, etc. So they did get a little bit of cash injected, and that's obviously starting to get eaten away at as well. Moving on to its dividend, it's got a forecasted dividend yield of 0.87. That is extremely low compared to what it was paying. However, it's not currently paying a dividend, and I don't think we're going to be seeing a dividend get reinstated anytime soon. But you can see here it was paying a 7.1% dividend yield there as of February, which obviously got cut, so we're now down to 0 and expected to go up a tiny bit. But I don't think anybody is investing into RCL or any of the cruise lines based on their potential dividends. Now, the last thing I want to look at here is the insider trading. Now, there has been a massive sell-off here, but this is not necessarily from individuals inside the company. This is from companies that have had big stakes in Royal Caribbean. They've sold here 2 million shares, which equates to $125 million in the last 0 to 3 months, which is not great to see. We like that to be bought rather than sold to show they have faith. We can see here almost 1 million was bought in 3 to 6 months, but if we're comparing that to the amount sold, then that is quite a big difference. So the main thing here with RCL really is we need them to start operating again ASAP because they are making a loss, and that is obviously going to continue to go further and further down. I think they'll be fine. I think they'll come out the other side just like the other cruise lines. However, it really does depend on when they can operate again. I showed you that article at the start about the mock cruises. However, they're talking about these mock cruises happening in January. I guess that's not too long away. It's just a month. But at the end of the day, if they don't go well, then it's going to get pushed back further. If they do go well and we get a vaccine, etc., hopefully these cruises can operate again. And I'm sure this share price will see a straight spike upwards. Maybe not to where it was trading at, but definitely be some nice gains on that. And hopefully over time it will start going back in that upward trend. But for me, will I invest into RCL? Well, no, only because I really do like CCL. I'm quite bullish on CCL, and I think the price for CCL is a better valuation right now. It's got a lot less debt at the moment and a lot more cash on its books, as well as it's not making as much of a loss. So for me, financially is in a better position, and in this industry we need to pick companies that are in a really good financial position, because that is going to take a hammering over the coming weeks and months. So, and not to say I don't like RCL, I just think that in terms of this industry, there are better investments out there. Let me know your thoughts down below. Is this a company that you like, you'll be investing into? I'm interested to know your thoughts on this whole industry. We know that it's risky, it's not the safest bet, but that is why we're investing into it. We are hoping for a big upside potential. Well guys, it is now that time to pick a winner for the giveaway. Basically, if you commented #win on my 1k subs video the other day, then you have been entered in for this draw. So I've put #win into the random name generator, and good luck guys. The winner is Rob C. So he put congrats on 1k, been watching since the Stock League started, thought I'd drop a congrats and a #win. Well done mate. If you send me a message down below and let me know how I can contact you, or drop me a message on Instagram @tradingcj and we'll get that £50 to you. congratulations. I hope you guys have found this video interesting or useful. Please remember, I am not a financial advisor, so if you are planning on investing into the stock market, you should always do your own research first. And if you have enjoyed it, please remember to smash the like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I post a lot of videos on different travel stocks as well. Links are in the description below. Feel free to check some of those out. Thanks for watching, and until next time,